Breaking news just dropped. A $500 million institutional fund is being built specifically for one cryptocurrency, and you probably haven't heard about it yet. This is Gold Rush Crypto Daily, and in the next few minutes, I'm breaking down why Kaspa just became impossible to ignore. Hey everyone, I'm Gold Rush, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we cover the most important crypto moves before they hit the mainstream. Today, we're diving into something that's been brewing behind the scenes. Institutional money, groundbreaking tech, and market signals that tell us Kaspa is making a serious move. This is not one of those hype videos. This is the real deal. Let's get into it. Let's start with this fascinating post from Scape Squad. They're highlighting something that caught the attention of the entire crypto community. As you can see on your screen, they posted, "Entire market bounced at KAS 5 cents. Think about it. What does it mean? Here's what's happening. Today, December 7th, Bitcoin hit a bottom at $88,600, right? And at that exact same time, Kaspa hit a floor at around 5 cents. Now here's where it gets interesting. Both bounced simultaneously. Bitcoin climbed back to 89,267, and Kaspa recovered to just above 5.5 cents. Now, you might be thinking, Gold Rush, that's probably just coincidence. But the community isn't buying that. They're seeing something deeper here. When you look at the 1-hour chart, the correlation is undeniable. And think about this, Kaspa is a proof-of-work blockchain built for speed and scalability. It's the internet money that Bitcoin always promised to be, but with actual layer 1 throughput. The fact that the entire market looked to 5 cents as a floor isn't random. That's institutional money testing support levels. That's smart money positioning. Kaspa went from 5.05 cents on December 5th down to that 5 cent level and boom, recovery. That's the kind of bounce that gets traders talking. Right now, Kaspa sits at 0.57 billion market cap. It's still massively undervalued compared to its peers. That 5 cent level? That's not a price target. That's a foundation. Now let's talk about what's actually happening under the hood, because this is where Kaspa separates itself from the competition. This post comes from Kaspa Commons, breaking down Jonathan Sompolinski's keynote from the Tokenized London conference. Sompolinski just unveiled Kaspa's research and development pipeline, and it is absolutely packed with innovations. Let me break down what makes this special. First up, high-definition proof of work, 100 blocks per second. Here's why this matters. Traditional blockchains sample the network slowly. Kaspa does it in real time. It's creating a dense stream of independent proof-of-work samples so fast that the network can estimate the honest majority within a single internet round trip. In plain English, Kaspa can trust network decisions instantly, with near-zero probability of a dishonest minority taking control. That's revolutionary. Next is DAG. The blockDAG engine is Kaspa's secret sauce. It creates blocks faster and keeps everything secure. DAG refines that engine to make block ordering faster and more stable. Even at 100 blocks per second, the protocol stays predictable and safe. That's engineering excellence most blockchains don't even attempt. Then you've got VPROGs, verifiable programs. These let Kaspa validate computations by proving they were done correctly. This moves from trust-based systems to mathematically enforced correctness. That's huge. The zero-knowledge opcode lets Kaspa use zero-knowledge proofs for operations requiring absolute certainty. It verifies correctness without revealing unnecessary data. And here's the kicker for scalability. It does all this verification inside consensus, without external trust assumptions. But here's where it gets crazy, the Oracle protocol. Kaspa needs to bring outside information into the network, real-world data for the internet money vision. The Oracle protocol lets miners attest to external facts and feeds them directly into consensus. This is layer 1 functionality that most blockchains build as a second-layer hack. Then you've got the MEV auction. Miners get a fair, structured way to handle transaction ordering without front-running users. And the in-consensus IFTTT auction, think if this then that, lets the network execute conditional actions at layer 1 instantly and fairly. Finally, there's attestation aggregation. Miners submit votes on external events. Kaspa gathers these votes in real time and finalizes the answer inside the chain, all within one round trip. Why am I going through all this? Because this isn't some vague roadmap. These are concrete innovations building toward what Sompolinski calls internet speed money and real-time decentralization. Every single piece of this puzzle strengthens Kaspa's ability to validate truth, respond to external events, and maintain decentralization at actual internet speed. This is what separates practical blockchains from theoretical ones. Now you need to understand who's building this. A post from Captain Dwork just highlighted something most people don't know. The founder of Kaspa, Jonathan Sompolinski, was doing Bitcoin security research before most of us even knew what cryptocurrency was. Sompolinsky published the first serious security audit of Bitcoin. But that's not what made him legendary. He did something bigger. He invented the Ghost Protocol, a game-changing approach to consensus that Vitalik Buterin read, understood, and based Ethereum on. Look at the evidence on screen. Vitalik himself cited Sompolinsky's work in Ethereum's white paper. So did Emin Searer from Avalanche. These are the people who built trillion-dollar ecosystems. They all stood on the shoulders of Sompolinsky's research. Think about that timeline. A decade after inventing the protocol that powers Ethereum, Sompolinsky asked himself, what if we took everything I learned and built it from the ground up, optimized for speed, decentralization, and real security? That's Kaspa. This isn't some random founder with a white paper and a dream. This is a researcher who literally shaped the architecture of modern blockchain. Every innovation in Ethereum traces back to his work. And now he's applying that decade of improvements to something even more ambitious. That's the kind of pedigree that attracts serious attention. Here's something that usually gets buried, but it shouldn't. Kaslen's just released data on major Kaspa wallets, and the signal is clear. Big money got in way higher than current prices. Wallet number 1 has an average entry price of 10 3/100ths of a cent. Wallet number 8 entered at 7 79/100ths of a cent. Wallet number 9 at 9 235/100ths of a cent. These wallets are all currently underwater on their positions, which means one of two things. Either they panic sold, or they're accumulating more at 5 cents. Given what we're about to discuss in the next segment, I think we both know which one it is. The tool itself, Kaslen's, is giving you something powerful. It's building a free analytics platform where you can check any wallet address and see entry prices, holdings, and positions. This is the kind of transparency that institutional money needs. When big players can see at a glance what other big players are doing, it builds confidence in the market structure. The fact that they're releasing new wallet tracking functionality soon is a signal that more institutional participation is coming. Why build these tools unless you know you're about to need them? And this is where things get absolutely wild. Kaspa Daily just reported something that changes everything. A regulated investment firm called Lehman Bush is building a $500 million qualified investment fund exclusively for Kaspa to launch out of Abu Dhabi's ADGM. That's the Abu Dhabi Global Market, one of the most respected financial hubs in the Middle East. Let me explain why this is seismic. Lehman Bush is an international advisory and investment firm operating across Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. These aren't crypto cowboys. They're regulated, institutional-grade money. And they're saying, we're building a fund specifically for Kaspa with up to $500 million to deploy. The minimum entry is $500,000. This isn't retail. This is for institutions and ultra-high net worth individuals who need regulatory compliance and professional management. This is the door that's been closed to Bitcoin and Ethereum, opening specifically for Kaspa first. Why Abu Dhabi? Because the ADGM has established frameworks for digital asset investment. It's compliant with international investment standards. It's legitimate. It's the kind of thing that gets insurance companies and pension funds comfortable with crypto exposure. Lehman Bush is continuing work on regulatory approvals, and they're expecting to move toward launch in early 2026. That's months away. That's real timelines, not vague promises. The context here matters too. Lehman Bush representatives connected with major industrial and energy stakeholders at the DII Desert Energy Leadership Summit in Dubai, where Kaspa's blockDAG was presented as a solution for energy tokenization. They're not positioning Kaspa as gambling. They're positioning it as infrastructure for real-world asset tokenization. This is the moment where crypto goes from exciting technology to essential financial infrastructure. And Kaspa is building the first proper institutional gateway to get there. Here's what I'm seeing across all of this. Market bottoms being tested at 5 cents, institutional-grade research and development moving at lightning speed, founder pedigree that shaped Ethereum itself, market sentiment at 89% bullish, and now a $500 million institutional fund launching specifically for Kaspa. That's not hype, that's momentum. If you found this breakdown valuable, please smash that like button and subscribe to Gold Rush Crypto Daily. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next move before it hits mainstream news. And share this video with someone in crypto who needs to understand what's happening right now. Remember, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, manage your risk, and only invest what you can afford to lose. The crypto market is volatile, and nothing is guaranteed. But if you're paying attention to what's actually being built, you're already ahead of the game. Thanks for watching Gold Rush Crypto Daily. Let's build wealth together.